Howdy y'all, it's your favorite trainer, the Belt Buckle. Today we're going to talk about bikini prep. We recently had a trainer at Show Up Fitness, Chandler. She competed in San Diego and she kicked ass. She got 3rd overall in her class. Now she'll be going to Vegas. And we're going to talk about what a great coach looks like versus your stereotypical coaches. If you're not familiar with Show Up Fitness, we teach personal trainers. We would love to have a bikini school, who knows, Vegas, Texas. We're going to be opening up our gyms and our internships right next to it. We can have a bikini physique school, NPC, teaching you guys how to do it right. You don't have to go through a prep and look like Skelly over here starving yourself. That's what a lot of coaches do though. I've been doing this for 15 plus years. I've worked with a lot of bikini and physique competitors, and the coaches out there, they're not that knowledgeable. The typical plan, they don't have a background in this stuff. They competed and they look great. They got 1st overall with their cool sword, but they don't have the science behind how they did it. The difference between a great coach and your average coach, great ones understand the human body, physiology, anatomy, biomechanics, progressive overload. The average coach, they implement what they did and they sell mass packages and plans to their competitors. Not much of a background, one. Number 2, it's a very simple 1,200 calories, 1,500 calories. But why? It's just that number, and a lot of times when you do the calculation, I worked with this one girl, got 1st overall in San Francisco. Her coach had her at 800 calories, but she didn't know how to calculate her macros. That's gonna kill you. Your energy's gonna suck. Your sleeping's probably gonna suck. Your stress is gonna be through the roof. Low intense workouts, they're very cookie cutter. Leg press, leg extension, leg curls, RDLs, everything 15 reps, a ton of cardio. Every day you gotta do at least an hour of cardio. You don't have to do cardio. If you like to, sure. But they also have a lot of drugs going in there and supplements. And this isn't me being a victim, but you're gonna see anavar, you're gonna see halotestin, winstrol, clenbuterol. This is stuff for like asthmatics and stuff, but it helps with people put on lean body mass. So if you're taking this stuff and you're implementing a strategy with 800 or 1,000 calories, guess what? It's super easy. You can just go to the gym and fart around. You're gonna have the energy, but I'm concerned about your mental state. For a girl, your jawline, what's gonna happen to your clitoris, because that sucker's gonna turn into something else. When you start putting stuff into your body that you're not supposed to have at that level. Remember, girls have testosterone. It's like 30 to 90 units per deciliter. Guys have like 300 to 1,200. We have significantly amount more. But when you put that into your body, you're replacing the difference. So you're gonna start looking like a dude and you start growing little things. You don't want that. When you work with a great coach, when you have a scientific background, you implement a strategy via periodization, guess what? The results can come in and you can do it right. It's not going to be easy. Don't confuse this with thinking you can just show up 3-4 times a week and all of a sudden you're going to go on stage and look amazing. No. If you're going to get into a show, that shit is tough. Mentally, physically, it is not easy to do. I give you all a lot of credit. I haven't done it. I don't want to do it. I like to drink too much. But I can help anyone do it the right way without taking any drugs or beating your body up. More importantly, putting on 50 pounds post-show. Can't tell you how many people I've seen. 130, they get their sword, yay! 3 weeks later, 190, you're like, what the? Really? Why? So here's an example of Chandler. When she started out, she was 150 pounds. I like to use the calculation of 9 for girls, 10 for guys. So we take her weight and we're gonna find out what her BMR is. It's about calories in and calories out, but at Show Up Fitness, we focus more on the out. It's about how hard and you push yourself out of your comfort zone about those workouts. We're really big into getting trained too. And that's how we're gonna separate ourselves from everyone else. Chandler started getting trained 4, 5, 6 times at the end, so she could eat more, and she was losing. Don't confuse that with, oh, I can go 30 minutes of cardio or spin class, I can eat whatever the hell I want to. No, this isn't for general pop. For athletes, for people who are really pushing it, you can eat more, and you're gonna see it in your body, in your physique, and you're not gonna have all the atrophy that you get over here because this is all catabolic, minus the roids. So we took 150 times by 9, that's 1350. That's how many calories she needs to maintain her build, but we need her to lose. She's not gonna step on stage at 150. She has really cool before and afters. She started at that weight. She would need 1,200 calories roughly if she didn't exercise. That's gonna suck. It's not that many calories, especially because before this she was getting about 25. So my challenge in the beginning, we started out about 15. We had her at a multiplier of 1.2. It's not that hard because her workouts weren't optimal. She would go into the gym for an hour and a half, kind of like over here, and just kind of fart through the gym, do an exercise over here. The intensity wasn't there, but we were working on it. And as the weeks and the months progressed, we started getting her up to about a 1.55 multiplier. So it gives you 2,090 calories. You put her to deficit. She was maintaining 1,800. The last 4 weeks is when she was getting trained the most. I gave her a multiplier of 1.725. So she could eat around 2,000, 2,100 calories and still be in a deficit and look great and be losing weight. Now here's the fun part, and this is my challenge for her next show. I want her to get to 1.9 as a multiplier. That means the workouts are not going to be easy. She texted me a few times crying like, this is so freaking hard. I said, life's hard. Get over it. But that's what you're signing up for. It's not going to be easy, but when you put that effort and you have a trainer taking you through the workout, it's not just leg press and walking lunges. This is legit stuff. Based off of movement, we're hinging, we're squatting, unilateral, the volume, the frequency, and the intensity is there. We're looking at the mechanisms of hypertrophy. We're starting out with tension. The whole workout causes a lot of damage. At the end, we get metabolic stress, that burn, chase the burn. So there's a plan of attack. So at the end, we had her, like I said, roughly around 2,000 calories. The next show, we're gonna have her develop her glutes more by getting close to 23, maybe even 2,500 calories. How is it possible that a girl weighs 130 pounds, maybe even 128, and she's eating 2,500 calories? It's because we're smart and we focus on the fundamentals of movement and we understand nutrition. Her macro breakdown was about 150 grams of protein, trying to maintain the muscle, not to get into a catabolic state. When you start working out longer than 90 minutes, you can start breaking down a little too much muscle, maybe about 20%. Woo! It's the exact thing that we don't want. So when you're doing a lot of this cardio stuff, come on, get out of here, guys. You're doing a lot of this cardio stuff, it's more aerobic, and you're training your type 1 muscle fibers. You want to have that bubble. You want to have that pop back there, so when you can lift heavier, 150 grams of carbs, 45 grams of fat. I don't like going below 10% for fat. Comes out to about 38% for carbs and protein, 25% for fat. You can adjust those. On days that maybe she's a little more lethargic because she's not sleeping as much, we can bump up the carbs, drop down the fat. It's a constant check and balances. You need to communicate with your coach with before and after photos. How do your lifts feel? Because if she's starting to get maybe 1,500 calories, and she's thinking that she should offset her bad binge day or whatever, you're gonna binge. It's all right. Don't think of it as a negative thing. Eliminate that vocabulary and focus on the next workout. That fuel is gonna help you get between 8 to 12 reps and develop the muscle. Tension, damage, stress, the 3 mechanisms for hypertrophy. She was doing cardio, 30 to 60 minutes, but she was doing a lot of walking. She'd be getting sometimes 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 steps. But I really challenged her to get out of her comfort zone by setting a PR with a mile. Run a mile as fast as you can twice a week. In West Hollywood, we have a lap around the gym, which is about 0.5 miles. Run it as fast as you can. Do some pull-ups, some push-ups. Do it again. Do it for 4 rounds. That type of training is more anaerobic, and you're going to get development from it, versus the stuff over here, cookie cutter. If you buy a plan from a coach, and I encourage you to do this, and you check with some of the other competitors, and they have the same plan, that coach isn't looking out for your best interest. They're looking at you as a transaction. And if you have 100 people that submit an application, and I have 10 of them that are like Skelly over here that have a good mindset, and they're loading them up on all this drugs, they're going to get amazing results. And so when they stand up on stage, because of the political ties that I have, pay this judge, this is the team over here, team Bikini Brown or whatever it is, pink, they have those connections. Their competitors are going to get first, second, and third. That's one of the reasons I don't like the industry, is because there's no clear-cut winner. Where it's like you can have someone who's obviously number one, but they may get third or fourth because they don't have the political ties with the coaches. Oh, I know, I want to make people mad, and that's all right. The industry needs to be challenged. The personal training industry is corrupt and toxic. The bodybuilding world's on a different level. You got a guy that's all jacked up on Tren. I'm natural, I'm all natty. Okay. So here's the scientific process on how to do it properly. If you're interested in the bikini prep, shoot us an email, a DM, Show Up Fitness internship or Show Up Fitness on Instagram. You can email me at chris@showupfitness.com. I'd love to take a look at your coach's plan, give you some guidance, get you in a good mindset. Most importantly, you show up regularly with the right coach. You're gonna look great when you step up on stage. Give you a little back pose, there you go. Throw that hair around, good tan, show it up.